So welcome to the course detailing session today. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about Technowrites, and then I'm going to talk about the Diploma in Technical Communication course. If you have some information or if you want some information about some other course, we can also briefly talk about that. So before I get started with the course, I think I'm going to get started with a little bit of information about Technowrites itself. So talking about Technowrites, I'll start my presentation. So in the very first slide, a misquote. So misquote is, it means that this person has actually not said this, but then this dialogue was attributed to this person, saying that he did say this sometime in between 1898 to 1901. So that's almost about 100 years ago. And he was accused of saying this sentence, which is everything worthwhile that can be invented has already been invented. So it is said that Charles Holland Duell asked his assistant to lock out his office, saying that there is nothing more going to be invented. And he was working for the United States Patent and Trademark Office. So this is a misquote, and not just a misquote, but we can even say that this sentence is actually wrong. Do you agree with me when I say this sentence is wrong, or do you think this is actually the condition today? Can we ever say that everything worthwhile that can be invented has already been invented, and in future nothing else needs to be invented? Can we say that at any point of time? If you are able to hear my voice, you can use the chat box to respond to me, so that I'll know your answer. So Harish is saying no, this statement can never be true. So can it ever happen that everything that is needed has been invented? Probably no. So what are we saying? So we are saying that invention is an ongoing process, correct? So just like democracy can never be complete, we can say that inventions can also never be complete. So people are going to keep on designing new products or new services that we are going to consume as consumers, right? So some interesting facts. So more than 70% of the people, or let's say more than 70% of the most creative people who were ever born on this planet are alive today, and they are actually in the jobs of designing products. So we have got more product designers working in the world today than what we had in the past. So as a result of that, we are going to have new products coming up all the time. And obviously, future belongs to companies who have organized their business and who have organized their domain knowledge. So if a company has invented a product, then it has to prepare, or it has to capture all the domain knowledge related to that product, or then related to that particular service that they are providing, and so on. So any company who does not organize its knowledge base will not be able to survive in today's day of competition. Now people talk about computers. So let's say everybody is talking about computers. Computers can do this, computers can do that. Now, can computers by themselves be able to do meaningful writing? So I wanted to know this. So I said that, okay, so we want to know what's going to happen in technology tomorrow. So let me go and find out what is happening in engineering today. And that took me to what was happening in physics today. So I found a book, and the name of the book is The Physics of the Future, the inventions that will transform our lives. Now, this book is written by Dr. Michio Kaku. Now, if you are watching Discovery Channel, you probably know Dr. Michio Kaku. You have probably seen him, you have probably heard him. Now, what he has said is, and I have paraphrased his sentence here. So he has actually written about it at length, but then I have sort of paraphrased that in one sentence, which is, a writer's job cannot be done by a computer. In other words, when there are so many companies who are going to be in business, when there are so many creative people who are in business, and all these people are going to generate a lot of new ideas, and they are going to design new products and so on. So while all this is happening, somebody will be required to prepare documentation. Somebody will be required to capture that information. Somebody will be required to capture that knowledge base and then organize it in a meaningful way. And I mean, we have heard about a lot of things, even things like artificial intelligence. So for artificial intelligence to work, first of all, knowledge has to be structured, correct? And this structured knowledge is going to be a foundation of everything that will be developed tomorrow. So very quickly, moving forward with the presentation. So what does Technowrites do as such? So Technowrites actually provides services. So we provide service for writing and designing documents. So for our clients, we write and design documents. We do provide project management and consultancy to our clients. We give them editing and review support. We even provide corporate training to the clients. So in technical writing, in instructional design, proposal writing, or maybe a customized training program created based on their needs and so on. So training content development is something that we do for our clients. So we have helped them to prepare training courses. We have helped them prepare training exercises. We have helped them to prepare and host this content on what is called as a LMS or learning management system. We offer them even placement and recruitment support, and that's an activity due to which a lot of our students are actually getting placed. So moving on, Technowrites started in November 1994, incorporated in 1999. So I started in November 94. In fact, next month, which is November 2019, we'll be actually completing 25 years of Technowrites. Incorporated that as a private limited company after 5 years. We started providing individual training course in 2000, and we started giving corporate training course in 2001. We did partner with the University of Pune from 2003 to 2008 to offer technical writing course, a postgraduate diploma in technical communication, and a lot of students have benefited through that particular course. Right now, we have partnered with a very prestigious institution in Pune called as Ferguson College, and through them we are providing a lot of students a special course designed to make them content writers. So where we have got a lot of students from Ferguson, and even others are welcome to come and attend that course. And that course has also started generating employment. So I'm glad to tell you that even the first batch has not been completed now, but then a student has already been placed. What type of documents we write? Well, we work for different types of companies, so we end up writing a whole lot of documents. So right from design documents, project documents, to documents which will be read by end users. So we call them as user guide or online help. We are writing a lot of technical or business reports. For some of our clients who were trying to do technology transfer from their European counterparts to India, we have written technology transfer documentation. We have prepared a lot of training materials, slide decks, guides, lab guides, question banks, and so on. For some of our clients, we have even prepared RFPs, which is requests for proposals, and actually the response to RFPs, which is proposals. And many of these documents are fairly complex, and they go into hundreds of pages. So we have even written proposals which are in the excess of 500 pages. And the value of these proposals has been billions of dollars, literally. We have written standard operating procedures, also called as SOPs, for many of our clients, and many of our clients have got certification because of all these SOPs which are documented, and they were ultimately certified. We have helped many of our clients to write research papers, white papers, technical papers, and so many other documents. So I perhaps cannot give you an entire list of documents, but then this slide will probably give you an idea of what different types of documents we create. We work with number of tools, and once again, if I make a list, it will probably go to something like 50 tools. So these include word editors like Microsoft Word or Adobe FrameMaker or LibreOffice, Write or OpenOffice. We also use what is called as a help authoring tool. Now, the number one help authoring tool in India, the most popular one is Adobe RoboHelp. So I've been conducting training, and we have been working with Adobe RoboHelp ever since it was invented by a company called as Blue Sky Software. Subsequently, it was taken over by eHelp Corporation, then Macromedia, and now it's Adobe tool. So many of these tools, we have been working with them for years altogether. So over a period of 25 years, we have worked with multiple versions of them. So in image editing and manipulation, you have got Photoshop, you have got Snagit. Snagit is also the most popular screen capturing tool. We have used the open source tools like DataOT, and we have a separate training course on DataOT, which is taken by our students once they become technical writers or once they have completed the DTC course. There are a lot of content management systems that we have used, including WordPress, Joomla, Drupal. We have done many projects in MediaWiki. In fact, in the wiki area now, we are also doing a couple of projects on what is called as Confluence Wiki. So, so that name should also be added here. We have worked on many e-learning tools like Adobe Captivate, Articulate Storyline, Adobe Presenter, and a very popular learning management system called as Moodle. So we have worked with EPUB tools, video editors, audio editors, and so on. Now, obviously, we cannot cover all these tools in one course. So there are different courses across which we are teaching all these different tools. So there are a number of authoring processes that we follow, and the most important guideline is what is that the client wants us to follow, or what is the client standard practice. So obviously, if the client wants something similar, we cannot implement or use something very complicated, which may actually confuse that particular client. So we have worked on document-based authoring, single sourcing, structured authoring, even topic-based authoring. And then in terms of authoring principles, we have used minimalism and information mapping. We'll try and talk a little bit about information mapping today. I already have an information mapping video on my Technowrites YouTube channel. You can go and look at it as well. Process capabilities. So in most cases, we follow either waterfall or agile. Many clients have now even started following lean. So we are capable of doing that. So team members are trained to work across all this, and we have pulled a lot of that knowledge to our training courses also. So there is a lot of process knowledge that gets transferred during our training courses. Corporate training. So most of our training is on technical writing, report writing, proposal writing, or instructional design. Very few times clients do come back to us asking for very specific sessions on writing emails or attending web conferences and so on. So a number of times I'm a part of the induction training that is organized by companies for their new inductees. In individual training, we have got multiple courses. The first is our flagship course, which is the Diploma in Technical Communication course. We also have a Diploma in Instructional Design course. Now, our Diploma in Technical Communication course is a 4-month course. Diploma in Instructional Design is about a 3-month course. Proposal writing course is a skill enhancement course, and that can be completed within 10 days. Our placement record is already 80%. We offer a free screening test and demo lectures even before a student takes admission. Now, our courses are unique in many ways, and I'll go ahead and talk about that in a little while. So, partial list of clients. So, we have worked with Microsoft, Oracle, SAP, Tieto. This company earlier was called as Tieto Inator. We have done multiple projects, and we have done multiple trainings for Honeywell. Seagate, again, we have done projects. Nokia, Philips. Again, Boston Scientific, we did a project for them in US, and I have done 3 training programs for them in India. For Atlas Copco, again, we had a writer deputed to work with Atlas Copco and for 1 year, and we have done 2 training programs there. So we have done a lot of training extensively outside of India also. So I've done training in Singapore, I've done training in USA, I've done training in Middle East, I've done training in Malaysia. So talking about the Indian IT companies, so we have worked with all the big IT companies. So be it Infosys, TCS, Wipro, Techem, Persistent, and so on. So we also have some of the top engineering companies as our clients, so which includes Bajaj Auto. I'm sure you have heard of CSIR, which is Council for Scientific and Industrial Research. So I've done a few training programs for them at their Ghaziabad office. and CSIR controls 28 top research labs in India. So even RBI is our client. For Larsen and Toubro, we have actually done projects and training for L&T engineering. We have also done for L&T information technology, and recently we also did for L&T technical publications. So it's a very long list. So I cannot possibly cover all the names here, but this slide should give you an idea about it. So you probably have this information, but then I have included this slide for making the slide deck complete. So Makaram Pandit is my name. I'm the MD and the principal trainer at Technowrites. So you can reach out to me on my email ID as well as the number that I have mentioned here. I would also request you to write your number in the to write your email ID and your number in the chat window, so that I'll be able to store that for my later use and a reference. So some of the photographs, I think there are lots that I can show you, but then I just thought let me show you a glimpse. So the photograph that you see on the left, so this is actually a photograph of the a frame or a plaque which is given to me by some of my students. So they have tried to, sort of relate to me through a number of things. So I like photography, I play djembe. Being a hostelite, I was a hostelite for 7 years, and then I'm a hardcore Maharashtrian. So I like vada pav. I love to be with my family. I listen to a lot of Hindi songs. So they just made this frame on their own and gave it to me. The second photo that you see on the top right corner is when I got the rank of Associate Fellow for HTC. So HTC is a Society for Technical Communication, which is a worldwide body of technical writers. And I'm one of the founder members of the HTC India chapter, and I'm the first Indian to reach the rank of a fellow. So this photograph that you see was taken in 2013 when I had reached the rank of Associate Fellow. And in 2016, I reached the rank of Fellow. Fellow, by the way, is the highest rank any member can achieve in this society. So I've been the first Indian to achieve that rank. The second photo, or rather the third photo that you see over here is I was addressing the HTC India chapter conference, which typically happens in December. So I was addressing that conference as the chapter president. I have been the president of the chapter in 2005 as well as 2016. So this photograph is taken from the 2016 conference. So I think that sort of wraps up a very small presentation about Technowrites, and I'm about to begin the next presentation, which is about the Diploma in Technical Communication course that we conduct. So let me go ahead and get started with that. And I hope you can see the new slide now. So the new slide is for the next presentation that I'm going to show you. So let's get started here. So what is the Diploma in Technical Communication course? So DTC is Diploma in Technical Communication. It's based on our 25 years of experience. The classroom batch goes on for 4 months. And recently, we have also merged the essential elements from the content writing course into the Diploma in Technical Communication course. So it goes on for about 4 months in the classroom. If somebody takes admission in the virtual classroom, we give 6 months for the same content. Actually, it doesn't take more than 4 months, but all those who are taking admission to virtual classroom are working, and many times they may have to take a gap during the course. So we are giving them an additional buffer of 2 months to complete the same course. We already trained more than 1,500 students on this course. Our placement record is more than 80%. Unfortunately, we don't hear from a lot of students even after they have been placed. I'm not able to claim more than 80%, but I think you can trust me when I'm saying that we have a record of 80%. The course is a unique combination of theory, tools, exercises, and assignments. So, and all this is based on the real practice that we do or the services that we provide. So it's like a day-to-day practice which has been crystallized in the form of a course. So a lot of things which are there in the course. So let's say information collection questionnaire, or let's say a quality checklist, or let's say the estimation sheet. So all this is based on our real life practice. So we teach what we practice and we practice what we teach. There's absolutely no difference. And as a result of that, the course often gets updated. So we are working on the updates right now. Now, if you want to join the course, you can even make the payment in installments. So you can make either full payment and get a discount, or then you can make the payment in 3 installments over a period of 3 months. The course is given to you in such a way that there is no need for you to leave your current job. So you can join the course in the morning batch, which happens from 9:30 to 11:30, or then very soon we are planning to launch the next morning batch. Will be 11 to 1. And this will be launched very soon. Or then you can even join the Sunday batch. The Sunday batch happens from 9 to 6 only on Sundays. Or then there is a virtual classroom batch available so that you can join at any point of time. So, and there your learning starts as per your convenience. So morning batch, I think I mentioned. So the next morning batch is going to start in the 11 to 1 time slot, and it will be starting from 4th of November. This happens from Monday to Thursday. So Fridays you get off. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday is off. So from Monday to Thursday we do about 8 hours, or then we do it on Sunday. So 9 to 6 again we do about 8 hours with a 1 hour break for lunch. So the Sunday batch is also going to start on 3rd of November, which is the first Sunday in November, immediately after Diwali. And virtual classroom, of course, you can start at any point of time. More than 150 students have already been trained by us in virtual classroom. The content is exactly the same for virtual classroom also. The course material is exactly the same. The assignments are exactly the same. It's just that the mode of teaching is different. Now, what's unique in our course? So it's created by me based on a lot of experience that I have. And I'm one of the most respected technical writers in India. Not just in India, but I would even say worldwide. Thanks to God and His grace, is really helped me to achieve this milestone. End-to-end course duration is 4 months. We have got 11 course booklets. The course enables the students to seek job opportunity right from the 3rd month. So once you have done the process part, once you have done at least one tool, then you are ready to go out and search for a job. The course was last updated in August last year, but then now we are in the process of updating that again. So most probably by November or December, there will be updates coming in the course as well. There is feedback provided on each assignment from time to time to each student. And many times the students are required to repeat the assignment. So you redo the assignments to make sure that your learning is completed. And whenever it's needed, we ask you to repeat the assignment. We give you feedback. If required, we give you sample assignments also to guide you. And then we make sure that your output will actually come to a level where you can be counted as a professional technical writer. We are unique because before taking admission to the course, you can take up a screening test. And that test is free. So we don't even charge for the test. So anybody can take the test. And then based on the test, we also give you feedback, which includes a bit of guidance on what areas you can perhaps improve on and so on. So I've already talked about the placement. I would have been happy to claim it as 90%, but as I said, 80% is what we have tracked. The course strengthens the basics of technical writing in addition to focusing on the software development lifecycle. So the course really brings a very strong and solid platform of technical writing on which you can build your career as a technical writer. It's actually not just a course, because when you join us, when you join Technowrites, we are going to connect you to the mainstream technical writing community in India. So we have a WhatsApp group, through which students remain connected to us. I'll talk a little bit about that. But many of our students are also connected to STC. So let's move on. So, well, this is a very interesting photo. So I think you would probably remember the photograph on the right-hand side. So me wearing the Puneri pagdi and the dress. So This was a time in 2013 when I was in Atlanta. And so on the right, you see my photograph with some of my very senior colleagues in Society for Technical Communication. So on my left is Dan, on my right is George Heho. And they are both very senior professionals, and they are also in the learning or training business in technical writing. On the bottom right, you see a photograph of 8 of us. Now, these are the people who got the award on the same day. So I was one of them. And as the coincidence was to work out, all of us were actually sitting on the same table. So somebody just noticed that and suggested that, let's take a photograph of all the award winners. So you see me posing there along with the others. On the left, you see a big photo. So this is actually a docket which HTC publishes, and HTC, writes about every awardee in that docket. So HTC tries to give a write-up about every individual, and there is, of course, the citation also. And instead of putting the text, I have actually put the photograph of that docket so that I can claim the authenticity. That somebody has actually mentioned me. So if you read the text in the red square there, so considered by many to be the father of technical communication in India. So Makarand or Mac Pandit is certainly a pioneer of technical writing in India. So his ability to mentor and teach hundreds of professionals has made Mac one of the most respected professionals in India and the technical writing community worldwide. So you can see the citation on the right, so which says that for pioneering contribution to the technical writing community in India and a career committed to mentoring and guidance, best evidenced by founding HTC India chapter and helping to make it a community of distinction. So my contribution has continued over the last 21 years of HTC India. In fact, this year again, I'll be going to Chennai to attend the annual conference. So again, moving on, what's unique? So along with theory, we also have got equal importance given to tool training. So there is a training on Microsoft Word, Adobe Robot, which is a help authoring tool, and TextMate, Snagit. So one word editor, one help authoring tool, and one screen capturing tool. So these are already there as a part of the DTC course. Once you have learned them, you are welcome to learn other tools also. So if you learn Word very well, you'll be able to work with LibreOffice or OpenOffice. If you have learned Word very well, you'll be able to work with Markup, Flare, and so on. If you have learned Snagit very well, you'll be able to work with many other screen capturing tools. Our course contains sessions which provide step-by-step approach of freelancing. Once again, I would like to mention here that if you go to the Technowrites YouTube channel, so all that you have to do is go to YouTube and search for Technowrites channel. So on my channel, I already have about 60 videos there. And those 60 videos enjoy the total readership of more than 220,000. So you can, and there are more than 1,700 people following my channel. So you can see a video there about freelancing also. The name of that video is Freelancing Webinar. So that's something that will be of immense help to you if you want to get into freelancing. Also, there are some more sessions like how to build your own portfolio, how to build your own website, and so on. All this material is also there as a part of the course that we give. So detailed course material provided in a pen drive, which includes all the videos of all my lectures. So each and every lecture has been videographed. Each and every lecture is included in that pen drive. And we not just play these videos in the class, but then because the pen drive is given to the students can look at that video for reference again. And that's something that, I actually recommend all my students to do. More than that, for students who are in virtual classroom, there are a lot of videos there. All the lecture videos. In addition to that, there are role play videos and so on and so forth. So I want to make sure that even the virtual classroom students don't miss out on anything that we are covering. There are additional information videos already there. There are interview training videos. There are interview trainer audios which are also included in the pen drive. We give special assistance for writing and editing resumes, because if you submit your resume as a writer, then people are going to expect it to be perfect. They would not like to see mistakes there. And a silly mistake there can actually cost you really very dearly. So there is a separate session on the resume writing. We actually give you samples of bad resumes. We actually give you a template for writing a resume and so on. More than 450 files given to you on the pen drive for future reference that you can use. Technowrites has a WhatsApp community for ongoing updates. So once you join us as a core student, you will be given the link to join our WhatsApp community. On this WhatsApp community, a lot of requirements get posted. On this WhatsApp community, a lot of mails about jobs are getting posted, and these includes job throughout India, and a few times we also try to send some of the jobs that we are tracking abroad. So permissions to repeat lectures with other batches. So many times students say that, sir, I want to repeat the estimation lecture. So you can come and attend the lectures. Many times the virtual classroom students also tell me that, sir, I'm in Pune, or I got this so-and-so day free, so can I come and meet you and attend some lectures in the class? So yes, we give them permission and they can come and attend the lectures. There are regular webinars being conducted, online sessions being conducted about technical writing and topics related to technical writing. So very soon we are going to start a series of webinar lectures. So probably starting sometime in November or December. So where there'll be at least one webinar every month. So all our students enjoy this continuous learning. So it actually doesn't end. And once again, I would like to emphasize on what I mentioned earlier, which is we are going to connect you to the mainstream technical writing community in India. So you'll start attending the learning sessions in Mumbai, in Pune, in Bengaluru, and so on. Course includes practice exam. We have got multiple choice questions test. We have got lots of quizzes, and of course we have got mock interviews. So every student has to appear for a mock interview. We have got a document called as concept dictionary, which is more than 200 pages, and that not just covers all the concepts in the course, but it gives you many more new concepts to learn, and it also gives you links to websites where you can find more information about them in addition to the what is covered in the course. We are providing you interview trainer audios. So right now we have got audios of almost 4 hours, which includes question answers about technical writing. And these audios are very good because number one, they give you practice of the interview. Number two, if you listen to those audios are also going to summarize the course content very beautifully. And these audios are not going to be protected. So they are being given to you in the pen drive. You can copy them. You can even put them on your mobile, listen to them as many times as you want. So a quick snapshot showing you the booklets. So these are some of our course booklets. So I mentioned there are 11 of them. In this photograph, you can see only 8 of them. On the right hand side, you see the pen drive that we provide to you. So this pen drive has got all the content. So the videos which are given to you, the lecture videos are encrypted. All other information is non-encrypted. So that's given to you in a 32 GB pen drive. Now that we have included the essential elements of content writing also into this, so you actually get all the content writing course videos as well as all the non-protected files of content writing course also as a part of this pen drive. So on this slide, I'm showing you the screenshot of the vault. So when you open the vault, this is what it looks like. So you can see on the left the folders which are arranged by numbers. So all that you have to do is follow the numbers. So follow the folder number, and within the folder, follow the number given to every video. So it's as simple as that. So videos are organized and numbered logically. So you just have to follow the numbering. Again, folders are organized logically. I've also put 3 images on this slide. So on the top left slide, on the top left corner of the slide, you can see me explaining some essential page layout, design and property topic in Microsoft Word. On the bottom left, you actually see the snap from a role play, so which is done using a state-of-the-art camera setup. So there's a 3-camera setup that we have used to capture this. And as you see the video, you'll see the beauty of it, the rich content that has gone into it and so on. On the bottom right corner, you see a snap from one of the video snippets, so which is a part of the tool training that we give. And every feature that we are going to train you will have a video snippet. So in this particular snippet, I am explaining what is called as smart arts in Microsoft Word. Technowrites enjoys a Google group, and I can actually show you this Google group live also, because the screenshot is a little bit old. So you can see the job requirements that are posted on the group. And once you become our student, you'll be added to this Google group. And if you read a little bit carefully, you can see some of the mails where I'm saying freshers can apply. Or you can even see something that says that it's a work from home opportunity. So a lot of requirements are coming to us, and many companies come to us because of two things. Number one, we don't charge them anything for broadcasting their requirement. Number two, when we broadcast their requirement, it goes only and only to our students who have already been trained by us, and that's the reason they are going to be trained and good technical writers. In fact, many of these companies who are coming back to us have already hired from us in the past. So more than the number of jobs that come in the market, a lot of original, genuine jobs are coming to us through literally topmost companies in India. So you can even see some of the names there. So for example, I think you can see Tech Mahindra there, you can see Reader there, you can see TransFerFect there, and so on. And this Google group is even searchable. So let's say if you want to look for any particular company or whether a job was advertised by a particular company. So for example, you can go there and see all the jobs that we have posted for BMC, or that we have posted for Parametric Technology Corporation, or PTC, or that we have posted for let's say Oracle, and so on. So this is actually a collection of all those mails. In fact, you can see it here. So it says 30 out of 1,903 topics. So this is an ongoing group. So once you are added to this group, it will be a perpetual group, which means that we'll not be stopping this as a service at any point of time. So you can get this information and you'll continue to get this information. So many of our students get placed twice or thrice because the requirements just keep coming to them even after they are placed. So about the placements, I think I mentioned to you that we have got some video. So you can see a photograph here. So one of our resume writing video photograph, and the appearing for job interview video photograph you see there on the right hand side. So I already mentioned about Google group. I already mentioned about the jobs opportunities that you are going to get through Google group as well as WhatsApp group. In fact, our WhatsApp group has exceeded the capacity of what WhatsApp allows in one group. So now we have created a second WhatsApp group in which we are adding students. So there is a separate booklet for appearing for interview. The idea is not just to make you clear the interview, but actually make you to be able to work as a technical writer. So real life assignment, something that you can actually show as a sample of your work. So when you go for an interview, you can carry your assignments with you and say that, you know what, this is the technical writing work that I've done. Or when you apply for a job, you can simply attach a PDF file to that saying that I'm attaching a sample of what I've done. And that's going to, open up real opportunities for you. So I think I already talked about placement. So going a little bit ahead on this. So I think I already mentioned about resume writing and so on and so forth. Now you see 3 photographs there on the right hand side, and all these are that's Ketki and then Nisha and Manak. So these are some of our students, and these photographs are taken during their real life mock interviews that we have conducted in our office. So similarly, every student is given an opportunity to appear for mock interviews. We review resume of each and every student. And for students who are in virtual classroom, they need not worry because there are role plays here. So here at the bottom of the slide, you see 2 photographs. So the one on the left, you can notice that the candidate is same who's appearing for interview, and her name is Sharna. So on the left, you can see that we have shown what typical mistakes a person can make during an interview. So it's actually a snap from a bad role play, whereas on the right, it's a snap from a good role play. So we give you a lot of material, for practicing and for learning. So even virtual classroom students are not really missing out on anything. one of the most important questions that is asked to me generally is how much is a technical writer paid? And what I've tried to do is I've tried to collect this information from the STC India salary survey, which was done in December 2018. So this is a latest salary survey. The salary survey of 2019 will be done now. That is, it will be done in the month of October and November, and it will be published in December 2019. So that survey will be available sometime in around, I think, 6th or 7th of December. So it is typically published during the STC India annual conference. So at that time, I can update this slide. So what is this slide saying? So let me pick a slot. So let's just say that, okay, so we are looking for what salary will I be able to get if I have got 6 to 7 years experience as a technical writer. So if you look at that particular row here, so this is your 6 to 7 years row here. So here you'll see two values. So you see this value here, which is average 8,99,000. And you also see one value here, which is under 50%, which is 8,80,000. So I suggest that you look at the value which is in the 50% column here and take that value, as the standard rather than taking the average, because the average gets to be a different value if we get more writers having slightly higher salary as compared to the lower salary. Whereas the statistical mean of 50% actually means that there would be 50% people getting this particular salary. So 6 to 7 years experience, the salary should be about 8,80,000. Let's go somewhere higher. So let's say, okay, 15 years. So 15 to 16 years. So if you look at that value, so that number is quite impressive, which is about 21 lakhs per annum. Now you should also look at the base number that is mentioned here. And the guideline is if the base number is higher, then you should take that number, more seriously. So a baseline number of 15 means in this particular age or is this particular experience range, the response was received only from 15 people. Whereas if I look at that 6 to 7 or let's say 7 to 8 year category, so there you can see that the base number is 42. So which means 42 people in this particular age range have replied to the salary survey. So you can trust this number, or more than that. So wherever the base number is higher, I think that number is, more realistic or more stable. So once again, this salary survey was done by STC India chapter and it was not done by Technowrites. So it's an independent data. This data is not created by Technowrites or in any way, influenced by us. In fact, if you go to that website that I mentioned there, so htc-india.org, and if you go to the salary survey page, you'll be able to download the salary survey as well. So, and the entire salary survey gives you more information. So let's look at one more slide very quickly. So here you can see the location-wise average. So you can see the average of, let's say, somebody in Pune. So the 50% shows you about 12,85,000 salary for Pune. Let's look at the same number in, let's say, Chennai. So Chennai, it is showing 11. In NCR, which is the National Capital Region, which includes Delhi, Gurgaon, Noida, so it is showing 14 lakhs, and which is understandable because the cost of living in NCR is more than that in Pune. And you also see an entry called as other. So this includes entries that STC has got from other cities. So for example, Kolkata, Ahmedabad, Baroda, and so on and so forth, which the number of entries were so small that they are not able to show them in separate rows. So once again, if you look at the base for Bangalore is the highest, the base for Pune is the next highest, the base for NCR is slightly lower. So once again, as I said, that the more the base number, the more trustworthy that number becomes. So even if you are looking at the salary survey, you should know what you are looking at, and you should know what number to look for and search. So one more slide. So here it shows you the median salary per year of experience. So in other words, in Bangalore, if you have got 1 year experience, then your salary will be 1,58,000. So if you want to say that, okay, I've got 4 year experience in Bangalore, then just multiply this number by 4. Similarly, you have got Pune here, and you can say that, okay, in Pune, per year experience, you are getting 1,66,000. So if you have got 6 years experience in Pune, multiply that number by 6. So a lot of ways of representing data really statistically. Once again, these 3 slides we are taking courtesy to STC India chapter. They do the salary survey every year. By the way, you would also may want to know that many companies are using this salary survey as a baseline when they decide the salaries of technical writers working in their company. So if you want to know what our students are saying about it, so I've just put screenshots here. So these are actual reviews that students have written about us on Google. And if you go to Google, so just go to Google and search for Technowrites Private Limited. And below that, you can actually see these reviews written by them. So once again, something that has directly come from the students. You can see, we all know that Google gives rating out of 5 stars. So our average rating has been 4.7 on 5-star. And you can see both these students here have given us a 5-star rating. So I have helped them not just to get into the course, but afterwards I have helped them to, get into a good job, a good paying job. For this particular student, Seema, she was confused about 2 jobs and she did not know which one to take. So I had actually helped her to choose that company and the job and the employment terms of the job. So she was very happy about it. So you can read the details online. So 2 more here, and I'm showing this on purpose because this Meghashri was from Mumbai and she had come to Pune to do the course. And she's even saying that, why 5? I should probably give 10 stars to this course. Dharitri is a student from Switzerland, so Indian national, but now based in Europe. And she did our course in virtual classroom mode. And now she is working in a company in Switzerland as a technical writer. So she has also written a review for us.